A member of my Discord server brought up a pretty interesting statement saying that MOC is the most boring or the least interesting endgame content mode compared to the rest of them, such as Divergent Universe, Pure Fiction, and AS. Now, I really sat down and thought about this, and I thought this was just a casual doom post of a mode because they don't like it, but now that I think about it, I think there is more that goes into it than just MOC is boring, and the main thing I wanted to discuss is the enemy design. The enemy design in Hoyoverse games are generally really bad, and so I wanted to kind of discuss what makes an endgame content mode fun in Honkai Star Rail and why enemy design in Honkai Star Rail is pretty bad and just in Hoyo in general. So this is going to be a discussion video, so feel free to leave your own opinion in the comment section, but please don't attack others for their own respective opinions. If you guys enjoy content like this, then drop a sub on the channel, it'll help out quite a lot. And if you guys are interested in discussing these type of topics in the Discord server, then feel free to join the Discord server, discord.gg/expresstrain, and let's get right into the video. The first thing that I do want to discuss is the endgame content. What makes it endgame content mode fun? With these upcoming patches and these past patches, the main common thing that I notice with these endgame content modes is the buffs. The buffs is the biggest part of what makes something fun. Divergent Universe, for example, or Sim-Universe, and for example, they have a very fun buff system. There is a lot of things that you can do. There's curios, hundreds of buffs. There's a lot of equations now with the introduction of Divergent Universe. These are all sorts of buffs that change the fundamental gameplay, and the endgame content in that mode or the enemies in that mode are very HP and spongy, but the buffs make it a lot more fun to play because there's a lot of different things that you can do, like the remembrance path or just a freeze thing. There's a lot of different things that you can play with, and so that's why Divergent Universe is fun. Pure Fiction did a very similar thing recently with the brand new grit mechanic, to where there is a new buff and you can also choose your buff in Pure Fiction. Every team is viable in Pure Fiction. Like, there's buffs for every sort of team, or not every sort of team, but for most of the teams in the game there is a buff for them. And I think AS also does something similar where it allows you to choose between 3 buffs. AS is more fun because it is a gimmicky fight. It isn't, okay, I'm gonna go in and raw DPS. No, you have to go in knowing I need to break the enemy, I need to do this or fulfill a certain requirement to get past the boss. And so that's what makes AS fun. But MOC is just one buff only, which, if you guys don't know, the one buff that I'm discussing mainly caters towards the new units, and that's another thing that I want to discuss when it comes to the enemy design. If you guys didn't already know, how Hoyoverse designs their enemies is they will release a brand new character and they will look at the character's kit and see what they have and design the enemies around that specific character's kit. So I'm going to take Rappa for example. Rappa was the most recent DPS character that we got, and she is a break imaginary unit. And so we got the TV Dino boss in the, I think it's the 2.7 AS that has it. I think at MOC also did have it. It was imaginary weak. It had a very high toughness bar, and so Rappa was pretty much designed for that fight. So I would say Firefly was also viable, but this is besides the point because Rappa was designed for that boss. I would say Fei Xiao and Hule was the exact same way. You guys kind of understand what I'm trying to say here. The endgame content is kitted around the new characters, so this can become an issue because it makes the game kind of not fun to play. This is very subjective that I'm going to say, but I'm going to say that a lot of the endgame content, if you want to make it fun, you need buffs and you need diversity or mechanics. MLC doesn't really have mechanics. You just go in, see what the enemy is, and you just kill them. That's all it is. There's no buffs. There's buffs to an extent. If you have the new character, then the buffs will directly apply to you. Then if you don't have the buffs, depending on what the character's archetype is. So if it's a break buff, then all the break teams will get buffed. If it's a crit buff, all the crit teams will get buffed. Energy, pretty much everyone can benefit from energy except for Fei Xiao and Acheron. Yeah, MOC is lacking when it comes to a lot of this in-game content stuff, and I think the enemy design for Honkai Star Rail could be improved drastically. I know everyone's already complaining about the HP sponging stuff. I'm not going to discuss the HP sponging because we all know that is an issue, but we're looking at it design wise, not HP wise. Now, how can Hoyoverse fix this? I think for MOC, they should allow you to pick between either 3 buffs. Another thing that you could do is add something similar to the grit mechanic into MOC, or we could just make the boss fights in the general enemy design not strictly cater towards a certain playstyle or a certain character's kit, and I think that'll make it a lot better. Anyways, this is kind of a rant video, so I'm gonna end it here, but let me know what you guys think in the comment section. If there's any sort of things that you guys want to add on, then feel free to leave a comment. I want to see what your guys' opinion on this topic is. If you guys enjoy content like this, then drop a sub on the channel. It'll help it out quite a lot. And if you guys are interested in joining the Discord server, join the Discord server there, discord.gg/expresstrain. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next production.
Those long days passing by from the door, like late summer, they slowly fade away.